we are ready to share some tea while we enjoy each other's company. So today's topic, while my sister gets ready, is should men always be the only person accountable for things? We're talking about this because this week everyone's been talking about not only the little baby's baby mother that had the baby with the basketball player, and he's trying to pay the whole 18 years up front of the money. So that's one of the things. And another thing we've also been talking about, since all these kids is being abandoned and these mothers is going on TikTok and stating that they wasn't ready to have their babies or they didn't want to have their kids. And it's like, so when did you know that you didn't want to have children? Or was you having the child for the man? Or was you having the child for yourself?
Right, that part is very interesting. Because I feel like if you having a child for yourself, you wouldn't want to take them to court or anything like that because you're under the impression that with or without the man, you're going to raise this baby.
Right, right. So how about when a man tells you, like in that instance, when the man says, you and your man are together and you guys are doing your thing, and you come to them, you guys have unprotected, intercourse, and then, 8 weeks later, you go and be like, hey, I'm pregnant. And then they be like, get rid of it, or I'm not ready for no kids, or I didn't want to have no child, or get rid of it, or something like that. What should the girl do in that aspect?
So, in my opinion, and ladies, before I say what I say, don't come for me. But you got to hear what I'm trying to tell you. So, I feel like this. That man already told you he don't want no kids. Okay? Now, if you went on and continue to have that baby, you need to be prepared to have that baby by yourself.
Right.
Because we want to say, oh, he did this and he did that, or he knew this. But at the same time, didn't we know? We laid down just as irresponsible, just
Right.
like he did. We didn't use protection, just like he didn't. We're not on birth controls to prevent a pregnancy if we out there raw dogging it and stuff like that, just like he did. So why is it that we continue to blame the man, but yet
Right.
we're not taking responsibility either? It takes two to tangle. So if that man is telling us, because I'm a woman,
Right.
so it's a collective thing, right?
Yeah.
So if that man is telling us he don't want no babies, and then we have this baby, and he don't want to be in our lives, and he's acting crazy, and he's being distant, who fault is to blame?
Nobody but yourself. So it depends on how your situation is. If you and these guys just messing around and then just so happen you get pregnant and y'all ain't have no business doing what y'all supposed to be doing anyway, then you already know. And no, we don't condone, we love the kids, we have children, we don't condone abortions, but don't be thinking that you're gonna have a baby and it's gonna keep a man. A baby will not keep a man. A baby will not keep a man. A baby will not keep a man, girls, at all. Probably it'll make them hate you more.
Right. You keep that unwanted child, it's gonna be a problem. And half of the times, even when the baby is wanted, men still change the dynamics of the relationship.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you really gotta be careful on who you have babies with. But back at topic at hand, like my sister was saying, if that man says he doesn't want that baby, and like she said, it's dependent on the situation, and we was in a situation where we shouldn't have been doing what we shouldn't have been doing, you got to stop just blaming that man, and you also got to take responsibility for your damn self because you
Right.
open your legs. He can't get up in here if you don't spread them.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
yeah.
We gotta start being real with ourselves. We have to start accepting our role that we play in this relationship and non-relationship and situationships, or however you want to call it.
Right. Whatever ship.
Right.
No,
Yup.
really, because I don't know. That is, it's like a very like a touch and go story, because it's like, what do you do? The girl, oh well, he should have thought about that before we had sex unprotected. And it's like, no, you should have thought about it too. Now you
Right.
want to bash the man. Like, I'm really on the fella's side, but when you right, you right, and when you wrong, you wrong. And it's like, give them some grace. If a man is telling you that, yeah, he's stupid for not protecting himself, but y'all could have been in the heat of the moment. We all been there before. Maybe we all haven't, but a lot of people have been there before. And you know how it is in that time. And it's like, protect yourself. If you don't want that, but then now you want to bash this man and get child support and do all of this and do all of that. And it's like, are you having, that's what you was having the baby for? Or that's what you, like, oh yeah, this man is gold digger? Is it giving that or what? I don't know. We need some men on here to say something. Where's
Ex-
Marcy at?
exactly, because it's really true. Like, you really you it takes, like I said, it takes two to tangle. And what was the purpose? Like that NBA player, that female that's older than him and he's younger. What was the purpose of her having that baby? We don't condone anything. However, with that being said, there was precautions that she could have took as a older woman, knowing more of how her body is and knowing more the realistic things of things. He's young, of course he's gonna go up there because in his mind he's like, oh, I'm bagging it. He's not thinking of that.
Right, right. And she looked good. I got me an older joint.
Right.
So how old was she? How many years was she older than him?
She was like
5 years.
35 or something like that.
Jamie Vera, Lux Help. Hey y'all.
She was like 35. She was like 35 and he's 23.
Oh yeah. Nah.
No.
The age the age bracket, I don't know. I know some people like older people and that can be that, but to me sometimes that always ain't good. Like, some people are famous on, oh, I attract older people, and I feel like not at that age when you're like 70 and 60. I mean, like when it's older then maybe, but not when they're first starting out and they're 21 and you're 48. Why are you dealing with a 21-year-old and you're 48? Why, you don't
Exactly.
got nothing to say? I'm about to add you to come join.
Exactly. You guys have absolutely nothing in common mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The younger individual can do things to your body that, you haven't felt. Not saying that the older men can't, but it's different. It's more stamina. It's more, a little.
Right.
So it's cool if you want to hump, but don't get yourself and these younger men into a situation that they shouldn't have been in the first place. Because we hoop and we holler if the shoe was on the other foot. So my question is,
Right.
why is it okay for a younger man to impregnate an older woman and that he is frowned upon? It doesn't matter the age. If he's not taking care of his kid, he's this, he's that, and all this other situation. But if the situation was reversed to where a younger woman was impregnated by an older man and she did the same thing as the older woman did, but yet, she has no repercussion of anything, and it's still the older man that's being blamed for this.
Oh yeah.
When women, older or younger, take responsibility for their actions of bringing kids into this world.
Yeah, see, on that, I don't know what, this world is always biased. A lot
Right.
of the times. And I just feel like it's when the shoe fits. wears it. Like that's just what it happens. Like if the shoe fits, wear it. And hey, Anna, Mike, Hunted, who's here? If I say your name's wrong, don't kill me. Just say hey, because we just want to ask some questions and we just need y'all to answer. And we want some men to join too and just like act because right now we're a little bit on y'all side. Right now, we siding with y'all tonight on this Good Friday. And I want to just see where my ladies is at. And I want to see, do they feel like how we feel or nah? Like,
It
like
just
what?
comes a point in time where, in certain situations, that we gotta stop being biased because honestly, men deserve just as much grace as women do, and women don't even get grace; they get acceptance off the bat. For
Mm-hmm.
example, for example, there are some really good fathers out there, but there's some trash ass baby mothers out there, and they love to spin the story on how he's not this and how he's not that. But in reality, they're keeping the kid away because the father don't want to be with them, and they make it difficult for
Bitter
them.
baby mothers. Bitter baby mothers. Yeah.
Bitter baby mothers,
We don't like them.
right?
This is
Bitter
your
baby
baby
mothers.
mama.
Exactly. Bitter baby mothers. That's what happens. And then the situation, like I said, these young men are getting involved with these older women, and these older women are taking advantage of these younger men, and it's cool. And it's like, it's not cool. Like, that's not cool. And then they want to get upset when they don't want to be involved in a kid's life. They're kids themselves.
Right.
They've grown in
They was just
age.
having fun.
Right,
Right.
we was just having fun. And they're grown in age, but are they grown
In
mentally?
their mind. Like you should not be 38 messing around with a 21-year-old. I'm sorry if that's anybody on my page or whatever, but no, you should not. Your significant other or your sneaky link or anything. I mean, and it's funny how we say this because it's called a thing. When a woman do it and she's what, 25 messing with a 65, 75-year-old, that's her sugar daddy, right? But she's only 9 times out of 10. This is when the bias stuff comes, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. 9 times out of 10, she's just, he just want to look at her. He just giving her money, or they barely don't even get up like that. They're just there for conversation, hugging, sporting her around, and giving her some bread after. And that's sugar daddy. Okay, granted, but I'm saying when a 21-year-old is messing with a 45-year-old. Why is that? Like, what do you really? What's wrong with you? That's what I'm saying. That you either can't get someone your age, or you probably say that they don't get up like you, or they're not energetic as you. Because I heard someone say that. Because I literally asked someone this. But why do you want to be dating someone that when you were graduating high school, they were being born?
Right.
Like, what do you guys have in common? You guys have two different genres of music. Like, you want to do this, they want to do that. Like, y'all don't really have. What do y'all have really to talk about? Because I know me, I don't want to date no boy that's that younger than me. Like, you cannot be that much younger than me. 2, 3 years, maybe. Even 4 years, I start going. Oh yeah, you too young for that. You don't know what you're talking about, young blood. Like, that's gonna come across like sometimes. Like, how do you feel like when y'all listen to a song and you was like, oh, I was at high school and that, oh, you weren't even born. Like,
Right.
like, how does that even work? Like, I'm just confused about that. Like, I don't know. I need people to talk to me about that for real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. It's just super weird. And we gotta start giving our boys,
Yeah.
because we can't even call them, they're men in the sense of their age, but we also have to take their mental into
Mental,
consideration.
yes.
We do. Women mature a lot faster than
Faster.
men.
Hmm.
So if you are older than them, he's still a child in so many ways, and
Right.
especially sexually, yeah, he's thinking that he's a man and stuff like that, but the responsibility that comes behind that with
Uh huh.
impregnating someone, It's a whole different
Whole different
ballgame.
story. Yeah.
And that's what we have to understand, that you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes.
No. Basically, say that one again, sis.
You
Ooh.
play stupid games and you win stupid
That's
prizes.
it. Period.
Okay?
Like, because what you really doing? Like, I don't really understand.
And then now we understand, okay, this young male did what they do with this older female. This older female brought a child into the life after this male said, hey, I don't want this baby. And forget the age at this point, just in general. A male stated to this female that they're not ready to have a kid. They both
Hmm.
was responsible for this mistake or hiccup.
Right, right.
Decides to have the baby. He decides not to want to have anything to do with the baby. But now, touching on a different level, on a deeper level, now we're creating broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Children.
Now we're creating broken homes. The mother's here. Now if she's bitter, she's translating this bitterness into
Mm-hmm.
or him, her or her daughter,
Right.
you know? And then that goes on to generational curses. So
Right.
when do we do that? So this is a whole topic that intertwines with everything.
Yeah.
It's like a domino effect of everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who is that? Mm.
Right. But if we as women took responsibility for ourselves, took responsibility of who we laid down with, took responsibility of, you know what, we just having fun. And if I do decide to go out there raw dogging it, let me get the
Mm-hmm.
birth control. Right? Okay. This
Right.
man told me to my face like he doesn't want a child. Okay, he's letting me know clearly. Me as a woman, I have a choice to make with my body.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Your body, your choice.
Right.
But
Hello. Yes.
but please understand, your body, your choice comes with repercussion and it comes with repercussion and
Oh,
decisions that you made. And you need to stand by that.
stay on that shit.
So now that you want this
Oh,
baby
greasy,
that this
y'all.
male don't want, be prepared to raise that baby by yourself. No, you didn't make this baby by yourself, but he damn sure said he didn't want it, and you kept it.
So you knew that you was going to POP, hold it down, and take care of your kid
Take care of your baby. Give
that
these
you
men
wanted.
some grace. Right. Give these men some grace. They are telling us. They are telling us to our face. And we both laid down together. We both laid down together and we did the good deed. It was amazing. We loved it. We sucked it up like a biscuit in gravy. The both of us. We damn sure
And I
did.
wish we never did it.
And I wish we never had it, but we did, but we did. Now we fucking singing Chris Brown
That's it.
you know? Who's getting on my love? Not you, cause I gotta go, cause I already told you that I didn't want a little one.
I don't want no kid. Like, y'all gotta charge that to the game. Like, I mean, like, yeah, a girl be thinking, look, this is what we have to realize. I'm trying to tell the young girls. I got to get the young girls on my live. We're going to have to do that. Write that down, Keisha. You got a pen and a paper? We're going to have to do another live and have to tell the young girls, because you're going to remember, you got a memory like an elephant, that men have sex, women have sex for emotions, men don't. And I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, it took me at my grown age, not giving y'all my age, but it took me at my grown age to tell y'all that men would really just have sex with a girl and be like, I just had sex. So, a girl? Oh, that's my man. I love him, but I love him.
I love my baby daddy. I never let him go. that's what we gotta understand. If you out there humping as a female, you better detach your heart from your hoo ha, because your hoo ha and your heart
Right.
don't go together. It does not go together. These men out here be they heart and they penis. It don't go
Go
together.
together.
You look good, so they will hit it and they want to quit it. And sometimes, in the midst of hitting it, life is created. Don't mean he wants you or that baby.
Yeah.
And if
But
you
protect
decide to
some
keep
kids, and men don't see it like that. They was just thinking they was fucking.
right, and who right, if they humping, they humping. But if you want to bring that life into this world, cool, cool. But understand that the way that is our body, our choice, men also
Right.
have a right too. They do. They do. And ladies, yes, when you have that baby, it is 1,000% hard to do it on your own.
Yeah.
As my sister said, a baby do not change a man. And
It
this is
don't.
what we have to understand. Because
Vasi, why you don't want to get on the live? I'm gonna kill you, Vasi.
I think if we start to understand that having a baby won't change a man, we'll make better decisions for ourselves. Because at this point, it's not so much about the man. It's more about us creating this life with a
Right.
man that don't want this life. And then when the life is here, we're like, oh my God, you know, I want him and he can't be this and he can't be that and he doesn't want to do this. And then we're facing postpartum.
Right.
Then we're facing depression. Then we're facing all these other things on top of the emotions of dealing with someone who don't want to be a part of the life, but they told us that to begin with. But being that you wanted this man, you needed this man, and you thought that this man was gonna stay because you had his baby, and he didn't. Now
Now
it's
you
a
mad.
whole other emotional level. So
Now
now,
you mad. Don't call him a bum now, because was he a bum when y'all was sleeping with each other?
nope.
You loved him.
Go lay down in the room.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, women, I'm a woman myself, but I'm just saying, us girls, as we have to know, because we are seeing a lot of women saying, but I don't get no help. Was he helping you before? Sometimes, because in some cases, he was the perfect man for me. He was this, he had the blinds over your eyes. He was rocking you like a violin. Rocking you to sleep. And you thought that man was so good. You're like, oh yeah, he's the one. Some stories are like this. We
Yes.
ain't talking about y'all. This ain't for y'all. This ain't for the girls that thought they had their perfect man. This ain't for y'all. This is for the girls that was just creeping, going around and just doing stuff and thought they was doing a big one and was trying to pick out a man and thought that it was going to benefit them in the long run. And then when it came to bite them in the ass, now they bitter and upset about it. Or when they knew this man had a family and they thought they could take him from her, or things of that nature. Because a girl always think, because when a man tells you, oh, he never tells you the good part about what the other woman doing. So if
Right.
y'all cheating and y'all discussing, first of all, you shouldn't even be having a man discuss his other woman, what she do and what she don't do, because you don't know her side. So you
That
can't be listening to a man like, oh, she get on my nerves. Oh, I hate her. Oh, she don't cook. She don't clean. Oh, wow, dang, we don't have sex like that. I sleep on the couch. Or she's my roommate. That's the new one right now, y'all. She my roommate. Like, y'all cannot be listening to these men with that and running with it and thinking you about to do your big one and think like, oh, that girl ain't nothing. Or that man ain't nothing. Oh, I could do better than that person. Because you don't know what this person really doing. You don't know the full story. Why she ain't cooking? Why he ain't cooking or cleaning? Why they not sleeping in the same bed? Or why they is sleeping in the same bed, but they're lying to you, saying
Right.
that they're roommates or they're together for the kids. It's the new millennium. We don't gotta do that.
That part. That
But
part.
people do that. Go ahead, sis.
No, you're 1,000% right. I'm agreeing with you. You're right. Because it's two sides to every story. And something that you gotta ask yourself, okay, if this female is not doing this, is not doing that, why are you still there?
Right.
Why are you not single?
Because my question is,
Okay.
what you not doing? Why she not doing that for you? Like, dang. Because now I want to know more of the story. Who was that? Somebody asked me.
Exactly. And she not doing this and she not doing that. And now what you like you said, what you not doing for her and all this other stuff. And now shit, if she not willing to do this for you and do that for you, why should I? The fuck? And you living with her and she not doing all this and she not doing all that? No. What you
So what
doing?
makes
What you
you
not
right?
doing for her?
What exactly? What
Uh-uh.
they do?
Miss me with the bullshit.
White dude, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, I love your profile.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it. Absolutely.
I need that. Send that to me.
I'll try. How about Meghan Markle? She's so terrible.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Meghan Markle is destroyed the royal family, and she's destroying Prince Harry.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh, okay, Megan. Okay, Megan.
Duchess
Okay,
of
how you
Suffolk.
feel like she destroyed Prince Harry? I like Prince Harry.
I know he's a good dude, man. He's just susceptible to like influence.
Yeah. I don't
I
think he
mean,
have his own brain. Like I don't know. Like he just
I don't think he's that smart of a dude, but he's a nice guy.
yeah.
And like Megan takes advantage of it. Like she's got her talons into him.
Well, I would say this in that situation. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We can't say if she has her talents in him or not. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what it's like to be royal. We don't know what it's like to be so much under that control. Princess Diana was very free spirited. She wasn't really
Yeah, but
she
she had some problems too. Princess Diana, man, she had too many extramarital affairs.
after the divorce, after
No, prior to divorce, she slept with a lot. Her household of a guard, her
For
body.
real?
yeah, she did. But this is also due because she found out
Oh, I
that
know.
her
Camilla.
husband was
I'm
cheating
not
with.
defending Charles, but he was always with Camilla. He always loved her, and I mean, he probably maybe should have married her in the first place. It's
Absolutely.
Hmm.
how it
Absolutely.
went down. I mean, I'm not saying no one's like innocent in that.
Right.
Okay,
So that
okay.
was my point. So that's my point that I'm making. No one's innocent in Princess Diana and Charles, but I brought up Princess Diana to the point of Henry is free spirited like his mother. He doesn't conform to like the royals um,
Yeah.
you know, thing. So with Myrtle, his wife, she's different. She is half black and half white, and it
He's only
works
one
for
quarter
them.
black.
We
What's the other one in
what
the
happened?
He's only one quarter black. Her mom is only half black.
But she still have black and half white. It doesn't matter if it's a quarter
Well,
or 15%. She still have black. She still have white. You could tell that she's mixed of something. She doesn't look full blown white. But the point of me saying is that we don't know what happens behind closed doors. Maybe he felt like this all the time, and Myrtle brought it out of him and said, "You know what? No, I'm not dealing with this and all this other stuff because they are prejudiced. He's free spirited, and it just took that one person to be like, we can do it on our own without the royal. Not
I
everybody
mean
has to
that
come
that could, I
forward."
mean that's not within the. and I'm not saying that's not within the realm of possibility, but how she alienated him from the rest of his family, like how he has been.
How do you think she's doing that?
Well, they live in Montecito now. They don't live in England. They tried to go to Canada, and Canada wanted nothing to do with them. I just feel that.
I think it's because he wants to live a normal life. He don't want to live up to those
Well, that's
expectations.
what's funny. Like they say, we want to live a normal life, and why are they doing Netflix deals?
Right. I hate when people say that. Don't say you want to live a normal life, but then still want to be in the limelight. You have to pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that's fine if you want to disappear. Like the Earl of Wessex, his uncle, he's slinked away.
Yeah, I remember I read a book on him. Yeah, if you want to disappear, disappear. Don't
Yeah,
ask that.
yeah. So I don't understand why like she wants attention from being a royal, but not
You
as a
don't want to
royal.
follow the rules. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
She want to still wear what she wants. She wants to do what she wants, but still be
I
addressed
just feel like
as such.
it's kind of fraudulent, and I think she's being exposed for it. That's why. I mean, well, she made her money. She got her money, but it's not like she was like Meryl Streep. She acted like she was a real actress. I mean,
Right.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
thought she was a big deal, and I'm like, who is she?
Yeah,
But I just,
I mean, I never heard of her until she
me
met.
neither.
Yeah,
me neither.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to go back and watch Suits to find out who. Not even go back. My stepson actually put on Suits, and that's how I found out who she
Well,
was.
it's not like Suits is like the Godfather series. It's not like it's such
Right.
amazing acting. It's not like she's so talented.
Isn't
I'm,
that something that everybody should know? Like everyone knows, like Sex in the City or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Not like she's Carrie. She was playing Carrie Bradshaw. She was playing
But
whatever person she was in Suits.
I don't even know who was she playing. I don't even know.
I have no
I
idea what
haven't
her
seen
character
her.
is.
I know her for the royal family. That's what I know her as.
I knew her as the royal family, and I didn't know who she was. It wasn't until my stepson, like I said, put on Suits, and I was like, "Hey, isn't that Myrtle Megan?" And he was like, "Yeah," and that's how I knew she was from that. But I didn't see her in anything else besides Suits. Not saying that she's not in anything else, but
I
I
mean,
don't.
she's in random appearances. She might have like five speaking, what we call them five lines in the movie industry. She gets like five lines, but she's not has any like supporting actress. But her mother was very manipulative. Her mother really did a number on her poor father.
Mm. So she get it from her mother.
Yeah, I think she gets it from her mom because her mom's still in her life very closely.
Oh, so she's orchestrating it.
Yeah, I think her mom is the puppet
And
master.
he's so gullible. He don't know Dito.
I think it's just sad 'cause I think Prince Harry's like a decent human being, man. I just
Yeah.
don't know what to say. And I mean, I'm a royalist. I think it's a decent institution. I mean, I'm not a big King Charles fan, but I think Prince William will be a decent future king.
Who will be a future king?
Prince William now, I think when he becomes king, will be a good king.
I agree. I agree with that. I do. So the point of you mentioning them was that it goes it goes back to manipulation, and it goes back to what a man wants and don't wants, because Henry was willing and he's still there with
No,
Murder.
that's an excellent point. Yeah, he obviously wants to be controlled.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, the fact that you mentioned that is like some men do want to be submissive, but that's
Yeah.
kind of different when we're talking about the men that are kind of being, I don't want to say trapped, because it like I said, it takes two to tangle. However, when one makes a decision and the other makes another decision, one makes a decision that they don't want it and they're telling it, and the other continues to go about it, versus now you have a submissive male with a dominant female, but that works.
Mhm.
So it's kind of two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel that like you have you have so much, you're born in so much privilege, you have responsibility to uphold your family tradition. I think Harry has kind of neglected that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only issue with that. But not our connection timeout. Y'all still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I mean, but I also feel like, yeah, he has a duty and stuff like that because, that's what they were raised to be.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, he's still a human being, like coming to America, right?
No, I
They wanted
understand
to,
that, but he's got one toe in. He wants the fame. He's
Yeah.
using the fame because God, let's be honest. If he wasn't Prince Harry, nobody would know who he was.
Right. Yeah.
He's trampolining off of fame of being a royal to try to have his wife, not himself, to let his wife do all these weird Netflix. Did you see her last Netflix show? It's kind of weird.
I didn't see it. I didn't
Me
even.
neither. I don't watch nothing with her.
No, I don't. I don't watch
She's
them.
trying to be Martha Stewart. It's very, very bizarre.
Really? Now I wanna. What's the name of it? Because now I'm gonna put it in my notes so I can watch it.
God, I don't even know, but she was like trying to she was at beehives trying to
That's right. I'm gonna look now and just save it.
stuff. It was like insane, and she was making like bath soaps for her like basically trying to be Martha Stewart.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you guys, they have to pick their poison. Like, you knew what y'all was getting into. Y'all was gonna be the Royals. If you didn't want it, you could have got kicked out. But you don't want to be all the way kicked out the ship. You still want the title, but you just want it on your terms. You don't want to follow the traditional ways and do everything.
So I have a question. So, to my understanding, they dethroned themselves from the royal life.
No, they stepped down from royal duties.
Right, they stepped down from royal duties. Okay, they stepped down from royal duties, and now they have a Netflix show. Well, his wife has a Netflix show making soaps or trying to be a Martha Stewart.
It's like Martha Stewart. Yeah, she's making soap, doing weird shit, like collecting honey. Like,
okay. So with that being said, at that point, if they let's just put things into perspective because you're saying they're still riding the coattail of being royal.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to do something different, like let's pretend like we didn't know them or whatever, and Megan was an actress, and she took that to Netflix and she just transitioned over to Netflix and making soaps and stuff like that. That's not riding the coattail of royalty. They're trying to branch off and do something different now.
But when did you realize that you didn't want to be royalty?
Yeah,
after you became royalty.
They'll never have an opportunity had she not married.
After they became royalty, like when she married into that family and realized all the restrictions there is, to his point, she probably had some manipulation part to Henry, but also Henry is free spirited, so it didn't take much to influence him to go. Now, I think what was wrong was exposing them to the way that they did, the royal family, which we all kind of knew already, that they were racist. We knew that. You're half black and half white or whatever. You're going into the royal family. You had to know that this was going to be some kind of racist shit going into there, and you signed up for it, I think if...
The benefits!
But Prince Harry already had a $50 million. Prince Harry had money. If they would have just faded off in the sunset, like we're just going to live by ourselves,
right?
Not be the public eye, I would actually admire that.
Right. It's not what they did; it's how they did it,
and how they continue.
They're going to be like, "Oh, we're just going to live a quiet life now, and we have enough money, and all right, just leave us alone." That'd be great. I mean, God bless them.
Mm-hmm.
I 1,000% agree with that. Totally 1,000% agreeing with that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But do it all the way. Don't have stepping because
you can't have one toe in the.
Yeah, you're like ooh, let me see. Yeah, you can't do that because you only got that Netflix series 9 times out of 10 because of you in the royal family. You didn't get it because that little skit. That whatever you did because I didn't see it and I watch movies. You didn't get that for that. You got that because your title and what you're under and what you represent and stuff like that.
my biggest sin for anyone is insincerity. I just feel she's insincere.
Yeah.
You
She
know,
looks like that though. When you see her.
yeah, she's always playing actress. I don't really care for that.
Me, um, honestly, I try not to judge anybody on the pretense of me seeing them because we don't know who they are. We don't know who they are. Like I've met stars where on TV they look like fucking the most humble people that you can ever meet.
No,
But in
I agree.
person, they are absolutely horrendous,
Yeah.
horrendous individuals. And then I met people that are really
Turn
just
the air on.
humble on TV and humble in person.
Hmm.
So, like, I try not to go based off that. Who knows? She could be like the most sweetest person in the world if you give her an opportunity.
Right.
I think in human nature, we are so prone to feed off of what's fed to us. But we don't know these people. We don't
You
know who
don't know them. Right, right.
she is in reality. Does she look like a snob? Absolutely. Can she possibly be a snob? Absolutely. But on the backhand side, can she be the most sweetest woman in the world? Absolutely. Like Spike Lee, he is fucking horrible. Horrible as a person when you meet him. Like,
A lot of people
absolutely
say that
I
horrible.
about
believe
Spike
it.
Lee.
I believe Spike Lee's a horrible. Yeah, I can see that.
Chris Rock is fucking horrible
No
as a
shit.
person.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
But on TV, he looks like the most coolest person that you want to meet and all this other else. You know who is a piece of shit person? Who is that? Is it Dudley? No. It's the guy that played in Friday. Craig's cousin.
Um,
I
Who?
don't know.
but
Mike
Cousin.
Epps? Not Mike Epps.
no,
No.
I know you're talking.
No.
Mike Epps.
Like F, yeah.
Horrible person.
You sure? You
I
talking
met
about
him.
dating?
I
I'm
believe you. I'm
dead.
not. I believe you.
But you know who's the sweetest person that I met? And everybody says that she's hot, like you think she's stuck up
Who's
on
that?
fucking thing? Cardi B.
Oh yeah,
Sweetest,
I know. I bet you Cardi B's a sweet girl.
sweet, Cardi B, sweet girl. You know who else is amazing that I absolutely loved meeting her?
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
He's a gem.
Heart. Gold to fucking heart. You know who's a bitch that everybody loves? Miley Cyrus.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see she be a.
I seen her
Horrible.
on what you
And
call
she
it?
dirty. And she dirty.
Oh, she is dirty. Very
Well,
dirty.
they come. Hey,
She had her dogs shitting all over the fucking hotel room. Okay? Didn't clean up.
That's poor
she
form right
probably was
there.
just practicing her privilege.
That's some white.
They-
That's a, well, she's white trash.
But the point that I'm being is, Kiss, the band, Kiss, oh my God, I hold them here near and dear to my heart, was the most humblest, the most sweetest band. I have the pick. He gave me a 5 and gave me a Kiss pick. I would never forget that. Sit down.
Oh yeah, they do, but they always get that, and they get
Awesome.
utmost respect from a bunch of people, from everyone.
Okay, lay down here.
So they definitely do. I can see that.
They're just so amazing, 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 and I absolutely love them. But the point of me saying all this is that people have perceptions of these people that we don't know,
I
and
hear
it
you.
all depends on what the media portrays to us. That's what we 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, but that's like for us, like the.
I hear you. Well, I gotta go. Yo, I love you. God bless you. I'm gonna have a great weekend. Nice.
Okay, so join us back. We'll be back next week, white dude. Thanks for the
All right.
follow.
I will. I will. Later.
Yes, it's been fun. But that's like for us, for the little people. When someone meet you, like when they meet you and they be like, "Oh, you look like you were so mean,"
Right?
stuff like that, and it's like Jordan, and it's like, what you mean? I'm a hell of a cool person, but no, that's a pencil, sis.
It's called like the resting bitch face.
Yeah. Over there.
And then when you meet people, you like,
My niece is here and she's just
my son is up, and you see I'm fighting with him.
yeah,
So
I don't got no time. Bossy, you on and not saying nothing?
hi,
I'm just,
Basti.
I'm over here listening. How you doing?
So what is your opinion? But back to the original,
Because you a man. We
my
needed a man
sister.
on this post to answer these questions that is asked of you. That's what we need.
So I really can't help y'all out with them questions. You know, I dealt with a lot of older women, already had kids, ain't worried about having kids. So I was
How
done with that.
older was your woman? How old was your oldest woman that you dealt with?
The oldest woman I've been with, the oldest woman that I've been with in a relationship, she was 40 and I was 17.
Ah!
That's fucking child
That is
molestation.
horrible. Shame on her. What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Manipulator.
They with your brother.
And why she
Yeah,
wanted
so
to
I
be
mean
with you for?
you learn a lot of stuff.
What could a
You learn a lot of
17-year-old
stuff.
do for a 40-year-old, Vasi? Please tell me. Did she
I
treat you like
mean,
a
you know,
lover or a son?
I'm gonna say a little bit of both, but you know, it was
Ugh,
mostly like it
nasty.
was a sex thing. It was a sex thing. She needed some sex, and I had sex, and she got it. That was
Did
it.
I
Oh,
mention
so
that?
she
Did I
wanted
mention that? If you want
big,
to hump,
black, young cock.
right? And did I mention that? If you're older and if you want to hump, because like I said, the younger males, of course, they got that stamina. But don't create a situation to put these young men in to where they can't get out of. And now you have a baby when this young man clearly stated he's not ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Go see that.
Yeah, my whole thing from that situation was like you learn how different all women are. 'Cause everybody got their own mind. Everybody got like similarities and stuff, but that threw me. Like it was like what her nephew told me what it was. Fatal attraction.
Ooh,
Fatal
let me put my shit
attraction.
on the charger because
That's deep.
Yeah, fatal attraction. And it was like, yeah, I was in that situation for about 4 years and
four
it took me
years.
yeah.
All right, so how
Situation.
did y'all break it off? Did she ever talk to you like, go make the bed, or go do this? Like,
Nah, yo, she just started getting real crazy, like, and I couldn't take it no more. Like, it was always arguments and fights and stuff, and I'm not confrontational. I will walk away. You want to yell, I stop talking because it's like you're not gonna yell at me, and I'm trying to talk to you. You're not gonna talk over me when it's a conversation. There's nothing to argue about. You got a
right?
voice, I got a voice. Let's just take the time to hear each other speak it out.
Right. That part.
It never happened that way, so yeah, I got a little job and I left. That's how we broke it off. I left.
Oh, you
Because
have
a lot of older men, a lot of older women, because we're talking about women right now, a lot of older women get these younger males and think that they can control them or manipulate them into being what they want them to be, whatever that looks like
right.
in their minds. It's a
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
form of control.
that's
And we stayed
majority of
about, I'm
that's
sorry,
majority of women with their head on their shoulders.
what did you say?
That's the majority of women with their head on their shoulders. They want to be in control. They want to know that it's like, all right, if I tell him to do this, he gonna go do it. That's a bragging right for them.
Hard girls love. I can't see because I can't see
what
your
they
name.
said.
First off, I have to disagree with you on that because I don't think it's majority of women that got a head on their shoulders that want to be in control and stuff. No, it's not that. It's depending on the situation. Like your situation, I feel like she felt like she was much older than you, so she automatically knew what it was. Of course, she got
Right,
shoulders because she lived life versus to where you haven't lived it yet.
right.
So she want to mold you
Mold you. Yep.
into what she wanted you
You to
to be.
be. She probably had some ain't shit men, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna get my next nigga young." How old was her kids? Did she have kids your age at this time?
So, nieces and nephews, and her kids is grown now, of course. But yeah, I think her son at the time she had one child that was like 8 or 9 or something, and the other one I think he was about 13 or 14.
Okay, because I know they didn't agree with that, or her family didn't. They couldn't.
They did and they didn't. It's like the older ones was hoes, so they didn't care, and the I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like it was a
Right.
roller coaster.
So now
Yeah,
that you're older, how do you feel? Was she wrong for dating you that young?
I mean, most definitely she was wrong for doing it. It's like, I guess I was gullible at the point. I just
Of
didn't want
course.
to be at
Well, you
home.
didn't know no better. You were 17.
Hmm.
I mean, to me, you thinking you doing your big one. Like, oh, I got this older lady. She finna take care of me. I'm about to be straight. I'm just dropping
right.
some D. And, like, not knowing, like, what's her malicious intent behind the situation because she know better. She
Right.
could have been your mother for real.
Yeah, yeah. My whole family had a problem with it.
Of
As they
course.
should, as they should, 1,000%. And that goes back to the point of these older women are getting in these relationships with these younger guys. They're creating life. And when the younger men are saying, hey, I don't want a baby, they continue to have a baby, especially in their a financial situation where the female is going to gain. They keep pushing more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what I'm saying is that, and then
Right,
everybody's
right.
going at the man like, oh, he doesn't want to be a part of the baby because, they created life.
Mm-hmm.
Have to understand it takes two to tangle. And what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
That's
And when
it.
both are being irresponsible, we cannot continue to blame these men for not being a part of a situation where it
Mm-hmm.
clearly stated from the beginning, once the pregnancy was mentioned, that they
Right.
did not want it. So why is it okay for us to keep it because it's our body, our choice, but it's not okay?
Not
Ladies, don't
right.
come for me. Ladies, don't come for me. I am pro woman. I love us, but don't come for me.
Yes,
Hear it. We
yes.
gotta talk the truth, and reality gotta be faced. And why is it that it's not okay for a man not to want to be a part of that child's life or don't want to deal with anything that comes with it? Why is it okay for us to keep a baby and it's not okay for them not to want it and walk away? Why are we always saying the man, the man, the man? But it takes two. We
Two to
have to
tango.
start understanding the roles that we play
Oh,
in these relationships.
it's like that because women. Again, I might be wrong, but from what I've experienced in life, women don't want to take accountability. And again, some women do it as like it's a trap. If he get me pregnant, he gonna be mine forever. I'm gonna have to deal with him. He gonna have to see me.
Yep.
Right.
I'm not gonna let him see the child, but I'm gonna call him, or either every time he called, what you want, I need some money, something like that, or come get your child. He getting on my nerve, all that different stuff. It goes
Yeah.
up and down. I done witnessed that all my life.
Or when he go, he want to see you. First of all, that baby 2 days old. He don't know who he want to see. What you
Right.
mean
Don't
he
know
want
who
to
he
see
want to
you?
see. Don't even know who he is really. Like, yeah, yeah,
That baby
okay,
don't even know what it's doing. For real. What you mean he want to see you?
Right.
yeah,
That
yeah.
part. Like it should be none of that. Like at all. It should be none of that. And that exactly your point. Like women have babies to keep them in, thinking that these men are gonna stay around. No. He telling you he don't want the baby, and if you think you're foolish enough to have the baby and he's gonna change his mind, it's not happening. Not saying that it never happens in
Right.
situations, but 9 times out of 10, it's not happening. And 9 times out of 10, you saw those red flags before you opened your legs and laid down and had a baby with. But we're
And
so hard
didn't listen.
and didn't listen, and we're so hard headed, and we're so like we're so gun ho on making this man ours. Will do anything and everything under the sun to try to make that happen. And when it comes out that hey, he's standing on business, now he get a bad name, he get a bad rap. That's not how
Right.
it works. Now we putting him on child support because we bitter, but best to believe if he was ours and giving us everything and under the sun that we wanted, we wouldn't put him on child support, and that's the problem. Women.
Yeah, because I know a few guys who are on child support. They got multiple kids by different women, but they on child support for one or two kids. And the
Mm-hmm.
rest of them, they like, nah, I ain't gonna put you on child support. You know, just
Right.
keep doing what you doing, throw him a little something, give him something for his birthday. You know, take care of him,
Hmm.
help me out. That's all it is. Help
Right.
me out, not give, give, give.
Right. Because it's more than just giving, because a kid don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want people to understand. Like, a kid don't, like, only if you got that mother that installs that in your head. He ain't do shit, he ain't do that. But a kid, the first thing you see on anything or you hear anybody's story or something, what do they go? Where were you? That's
Mm-hmm.
where were you when I wanted to learn how to ride a bike? Where were you on my first date? Where were you when I wanted to know about girls and boys? Where were you? They
And
don't
and
go,
that
where was
thing
the
right
money?
there,
The
that
money
thing
come
right
after.
there.
I just wanted you. I could have wore fucking nothing if I had you.
Right.
Like, you could have made all that better. We could have worried about that after. But where was you at? I needed you. I needed a hug from you. I needed advice from you. Like,
So I went through that. So that whole thing has a lot to do with both parties because it's like you said, maybe he didn't want the child, maybe he didn't know about the child. My situation, my father wasn't in my life till I was about 22, and I met him at his mama funeral, and he denied me then.
mm,
So the whole thing with that was he got my mama pregnant. He wanted to be with my mama. This is what he told me. So I don't know the truth because now one of them will tell me. He got my mama pregnant. He wanted to be with her. She didn't want to get married at the time. He decided to go to the army. When he left and went to the army that same day that he was telling her this, she knew that she was pregnant and didn't tell him that she was pregnant.
Wow.
So 22 years went by without him knowing anything. I was around this man all my life and didn't ever know it.
what? Wait. Rewind back. Hold on 1 second. I wanted to say, get it. I wanted to say step right here. I wanted to say step one, hit it hard. I wanted to say step one. I was going to say that was your mother's fault. Because why she didn't tell him. I mean, that's a lot of stories that people do that. Men get enlisted or go to the army, girls pregnant, she don't tell them nothing. 18 years later, it's a kid being made or whatever. And it's just like a couple of years go by and it's like, I ain't even about to tell this man. Or I don't want to mess up his life. He didn't do good for himself. Why tell him now? He wasn't there the first 3, 4, 5 years. I ain't about to do it now. He probably got another lady, this, that, other kids.
Yeah, that conscience get a hold of him. They be like, no, don't do it. But you should do it. You should
But
really
then
do
you
it.
should, and let it be my thing because, okay, so when you did go to your father, I mean, so how long was he in the army? And when he came out, like,
I don't know. I promise you I don't know.
Lay
I
down.
don't.
Lay down on your bed.
He wouldn't tell me nothing.
Blanket.
so
All
when
the
the first,
family don't want to say
come on,
nothing,
baby
so
girl.
I just left it alone.
So when did you did see him at your grandma's funeral? You knew that that was your father by then, and you was like, "Hey, I'm your son."
Yeah, so everything about me or everything about the conversation at hand ties into my life. Like I could write a book about it, but it's pointless. So that 40-year-old that I was dealing with, her best friend was my aunt. And she kept saying, "You look just like my nephews." Cause she was a bus driver, the woman I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt was a bus driver. They was best friends. So she was like, "Yeah, boom, boom, boom."
Wait, so
You,
your aunt and your ex was best friends?
yeah. And she thought that it was wrong too. Kept telling her that she shouldn't do it, but she didn't want to listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she introduced me to my pops. around the time of his mother's funeral, and he was like, "Nah, that ain't it." She uncovered everything. She brought everything out to the light. So now I'm in school, in middle school, going to school with my sisters and stuff. I had a class with her, didn't even know it. I seen my brother every day, didn't even know it. All my family from his side, I went to school with and had a class with, didn't even know they was my family.
That's fucked up. But wait, you could see from his point of view. This is crazy. I gotta go hit up Tyler Perry for this. But you can see why he probably was shocked and disbelief. Like, nah, this ain't my fucking son. All
That's
these
exactly
years,
that's kind of exactly what he said. He
all
said,
these
"No,
years
you ain't
later,
my son.
it's probably
You
more
ain't
so
my
I
son."
can't believe this bitch
Right.
didn't tell me. Maybe so like that. How old was you when this surfaced up? You said middle school.
22.
Oh, oh hell yeah! I'm like, this ain't my fucking son. You lying? 22 years went by, and I wasn't informed.
Yeah,
Why
so
show up now?
he used to be at one of my aunt houses. His uncle was going with my aunt, and he was over there all the time. My grandmother used to go over there all the time. Never seen the man. He was there every time we went.
And everybody knew that was your father.
No. Nobody knew that he was my father. They just knew that he used to deal with her back in the day. They never put his face with my face. They just left it alone.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's like I still don't know the truth because I feel like both sides of the family been lying this whole time. And yeah, I'm
You take
grown.
a DNA test.
Nah, we didn't need no Dana. Nah,
Oh, so
I'm
you look like that nigga like that.
yeah, I look like him like that. Me and my two brothers could go for triplets, like somewhat. Like if
I mean, for
everybody
the
say
lady to be like, you look like my nephew, you must be a splitting image. Are you the oldest?
I'm
Probably.
the youngest. I'm the youngest, and everybody think I'm the oldest because I don't act like them.
Oh, so he had previous when he was dealing with your mother. Was he in a relationship? This could
So
start.
I think that he was. So he was supposed to have been married to their mother and got a divorce.
See, this is why she probably didn't tell.
He's supposed to have got a divorce then, all right, because he wanted to be with my mom.
Right.
But bottom line is, I think that he was because me and my sister are literally 6 days apart. She was born on the 20th. I was born on the 26th. Same year.
Crazy.
Yeah. And she's the one that I had classes with all during middle school throughout high school. Didn't know that we were sister and brother.
What if y'all started fucking? That would have been crazy
Right.
for
This is the
real.
shit that I don't be
That's why
liking.
people need to be telling people
Yeah, yeah,
about their
yeah, yeah,
kids.
yeah. So yeah, all of that. Yeah.
What? All of what? Y'all did it?
No, we didn't. Nah, hell no. No.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't bring myself to it because it was like on some real shit. She used to beat me up. Like she used to beat me up and always tell me that I look like her fucking brother, and I couldn't stand going to gym class because
Oh, so y'all even had the brother and sister relationship, didn't even know that y'all was fucking
Right.
brother and sister.
pretty much.
Right.
And just imagine how many people this happens to for real.
Yeah, and that's why I say I don't mess with nobody from where I stay because I don't know if you my cousin or not.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That
So
makes
your
sense.
father's
And
still alive now? You never try to reach back out like, yo, I just need some closure? It'd be me. That'd be.
No, that's what. So 2 years after that. So I'm 24 now. He done reached out and was like, yeah. He kept calling they mama the whole 2 years. He would call they mama, ask how I'm doing and everything. I can get his number for you. You can call him yourself. Didn't want to do it. Something came up. I think that his daddy was about to die, and he came back and was like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this relationship going. We had a good relationship. Out of all of his kids, we had the best relationship. We talked on the phone every day. I moved to Philly with him about 2 or 3 different times. He taught me how to be a fucking man. My granddaddy raised me and taught me shit. But he taught me that no was never a fucking answer.
can you elaborate on that part when you say no is never an answer pertaining to what?
Everything that you do in life, never tell yourself that you can't do something. Never
Ah,
agree with somebody saying that it can't be done. They
ah.
gave up on trying to get it done. It's always a way to get something done. So the shit that he taught me was This grass need to be cut. We ain't got no lawnmower. You got a machete and some other sharp shit. Let's go get this grass cut.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
The
was a
wonderful.
bona fide hustler. Shit, it's always a way to get something done. You just ain't figured it out yet.
Right.
right, right.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. And he got closer with God. In his later days, he always said, if you put God first, everything else will go right. Can't do nothing without God.
Yeah, they do
Right.
teach you
That
that.
part.
I'm trying to learn that in my older days as well.
But
That part.
no, he taught me
I'm
a
not
lot.
on God. We're not gonna talk about God because it's not that type of segment. But
Yeah, but that's good. That's what's up. So I'm glad that y'all was able to finally capture things like that. And I'm just glad that you're such a like a pure spirit to not hold any hatred and be like because obviously what it sounds like is that he didn't know that you was even alive
No,
type
he didn't
shit.
know. He didn't know nothing about me. Didn't know until after I made this happen. I picked my mama up one day. He hit me up and was like, "Yeah, we at the hotel. Come on through." I picked my mama up and I took her over there. Neither one of them knew that they was about to meet.
Mm.
ah,
She walked through the door. He said, "Hey, how you doing, son? Who is this?" I said, "You don't know who that is? You don't remember her? Hell no, I don't remember her. I don't know who the hell that is. That's my mama." Shit, I don't know her goddamn name. Who the hell is that? So
Ooh.
what?
from what both of them said, it used to be a radio station out here where I'm from, and back in the day before we was ever born or thought of, it was like a dating show on the late night shit. So
Mm.
late night, somebody will call, and then somebody else call. They link up, they talk whoop de whoop, and that's what happened with them. And she's supposed to have used my older sister name instead of her name. So
Okay.
he knew her as this person when she was actually this person.
Mm.
And yeah, like I said,
Mama was trifling. Your mama was trifling.
So this
Like no
goes
disrespect.
on her negligence, and she probably was too
God, it
embarrassed.
was
Right.
yeah. So I just gave up on all of it, and I just learned to love them all because there used to be hatred all over the place. Me and my
Yeah.
mom used to fight and argue and stuff every time we see each other. I
Mm-hmm.
stopped that when I was like 13, and I was just, you won't fit to be a parent. All right, I love you. Let's go. Let's get on
That's
with
it.
life.
Right, right, right.
hot.
At the end of the
Er,
day, thank you for birthing me type shit. And that's all I can say for you. Without you, I wouldn't be here, whatever. But all right, cool.
Yeah. And we still got a good relationship and everything. Cause my pops passed a few years ago, but I met him, I got to know him,
yeah.
and I got to learn him. And like I said, I didn't need no Dana because it was too goddamn much alike
Mm.
from us two.
Wow, that's crazy.
All
You
my
got, you
life,
got pictures of him?
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. All
That's
my
good.
life, my family was telling me, "You not a Hargrove. You are not a Hargrove." Okay, well, fuck y'all then. What am I? I don't know, but you ain't no Hargrove. You don't act like us. You don't do things we do.
And then you met
Exactly.
him. You was
I
like, oh,
met
that's
him,
why.
and all of that shit was like, okay, this is why I do that. This is why I talk this way. This is why I act this way. Ain't never met the man, but his genes is strong as shit.
And that's
That
how it be. And that's how, look, how it all goes back full
full
circle
circle.
on why these women should not be
Mm.
doing this because fatherless children are being born and people want to know who they are. Like, if you don't act like this, you're like, yo, why I act like this? Why I'm different from the family? And
Yep.
why like people want to know eventually. Some people don't. And to those people, that is cool. I don't know how y'all do it, or maybe y'all just oblivious. But eventually you want to know because you do get certain stuff from your parents.
Yes, you do. 1,000%.
You laugh.
A
It's certain
thousand
things you
percent.
get from
You,
your parents. You'll be like, dang, if you see two blue people and you yellow and you be like, dang, wait, maybe I get it from my great, it skip genes. Maybe
Yeah.
my great grandma.
It
Maybe
skipped
this, maybe that.
generations.
Yeah. So if it's skipping generations and I see everybody and I'm like, yo, I do not fit in. Where do I belong in this situation? Just like when people lie about the adoption thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in a time like not as soon as you get it, hey baby, you adopted, come on. But like, make them feel at home, make them, and when they
Mm-hmm.
all the way in and when things start getting older, because in school you talk about your parents, well, they don't do nothing in school now. But when we talk about when we was in school, we used to draw your parents and talk about stuff. and all of this
Yeah.
and do a family tree and things like that. And you be like, yo, why this is that and I'm this? You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like instead of them coming to you finding stuff out and why you never told me? And they'll be like, listen, baby, you know I love you, this, that, and start out like that and just like lay it out all front. I know a bunch of people that's like adopted and
And I
stuff
ain't
and
even.
had to find out later and or had to find out like shockingly or during a project or looking through their mom's things or they parent that they thought was their parent died and they found a paper and it's like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
Johnny wasn't my dad.
Needed some blood, needed an organ.
Yeah, right. And oh baby, I can't give it
Yep.
to you because I'm not.
Yep.
Damn, what a great way to find out you're not my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't. I
Right.
told you.
Right. It should have been told from the very beginning.
Lock it.
It should have been told from the very beginning. And we just, as a society, male and female, but we're on the subject of females right now. We need to take responsibility. We need to start taking responsibility in the roles that we are playing and
Push
give
door
these
open.
men the grace
That's
that
why.
we expect as women. I don't think it's right and I don't think it's okay and I don't think it's fair. We are all human at the end of the
Jordan.
day and nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And men have the
So
right
yeah,
to not want to be fathers, just like women have the right to want to keep the baby after being informed that the male is not ready for it. We got to give grace to these men, and we got to give grace to these fathers that are actively trying to be fathers that don't get enough credit.
They
So
don't.
men,
I know a lot of them.
I know a lot of them. So to all the men out there, to all the fathers out there that has bitter baby mothers, I am so sorry that you are going through that. But let me tell
You
you,
know who those
no,
men are? Those is the men that were raised right and had like good upbringing and that love their moms or whoever raised them. And just so happened, I don't understand why is this, but why all the men, not all, why the men that got good upbringings and that love respect women and love their mom and love their grandma and really want to be like an active 100% dad always get the shitty baby mothers, like the ones that just picked them, that just like seen them in the crowd and was like, oh, I'm gonna make him my baby father because I know that he's a sucker and I could just wee him into things and then just like wee him along and be like, oh, you can't see your kid, you can't do that. When you go get you a Joe Smoke, that'll be like, fuck you and that baby, and then go make 10 more. But you have a man that's willing to sit there and fight for his child and you don't want him to see his kid because you just want to be able to have a pawn over him and be able to just like do whatever you want. I hate that.
I agree with that somewhat, but you got some situations out here where it's like she's bitter because of how she got pregnant. She's bitter because of the situation that she didn't know about until after she got pregnant, after the baby out here in this world. Now you done found out he got a wife or he got a girlfriend or he told you that he ain't had no kids, but this dude got a whole family, like
that's certain
wife and
situations.
kids.
That's certain situations. Cause not for nothing, my husband's baby mother was very bitter as fucking fuck, using her son as a pawn to the point that he had to go to court. He had
Mm-hmm.
to go to court and get joint custody. That's what he went to court for joint custody. So I say that to say that it's not always about how they got pregnant. No, some women are just straight bitter because the man don't want to be with them in a relationship,
Right,
and
right.
that's what we're talking about. For the women that the men don't have another individual, but the men don't want the baby, or the men don't want the baby and they have the baby anyways, and now they're bitter because they thinking that they was gonna have this baby and keep them, or they're in a relationship and it doesn't work out, and now
Right.
they're upset that it doesn't work out, and now they're still being bitter and dangling this kid over their head and taking control of that. That is not okay to do. That is not all right. Like, let that man be an active father in that child's life and understand that that male do not have to be with you to be a part of their child's life. They
Yeah.
don't.
Or when they move on and get another lady friend or something, you stop your kids from being in a father's life. Like, I don't get that.
I
I'm
don't
not
get
saying have your kids go spend the night at this girl house or none of that, because there's a lot of crazy things going on right now. But what I am saying, if your baby father, your child's father, wants to be in a child's life, let them. Why
let
are
them.
you stopping them? I don't understand women that do that. Why are you stopping a man from being in his child's life just because you guys are not together anymore? Like, that shouldn't even be, if it's really for the kids, how you say it's for the kids, then it shouldn't be an issue. Like, you know what? Let's meet here. Go take your kid. But I'm not talking about the ones that want to get their kid and then drop it at grandma's house and then you outside for the rest of the weekend. And then, what was your weekend with dad? Well, I didn't see dad. I was with grandma. I'm talking about the men that really want to be with their child or their children and want to spend time with them and not really really be there 10 toes with their kids. And can't,
Exactly.
and really fighting for their kids. Like, I just want to see my child. I just want to pick my kid up. Or they named out on the blue card. They can't go to the kid's school. And they just want to do this. But the mother is saying, oh, you didn't give no money, so you can't see the kids. Sometimes it's not about money. That time is everything that you remember. Like, I remember that my dad took care of me, but I'm not worried about. I remember the time. I remember the pictures. I remember sitting on the train with him. I remember playing in the park. Like, I don't care that you bought me the latest whatever I had on, the Oshkosh and the Fisher Price skates I had that I was skating in the hallway with. Like,
Right.
I'm
Things like
like,
that kids don't remember. It's the time. It's the memory.
yeah.
Stop it.
People
Stop it.
don't know about that. That's the issue
Right.
that women need to, and I want to touch bases on that a lot. And we're gonna do this every week again, and we're gonna keep doing it. What we talking now, but because we need to spin the light on that, because a lot of people is really not aware of that, and that's why I feel like a lot of stuff is going on now with kids being mistreated.
Yep.
A lot of things is going on with that because these people are just having babies because they could. Like,
Right.
that's what I feel. Just because you could get pregnant, you having babies.
And we are creating broken homes, which we should not be doing. I think people lost their way of family dynamics, of being together, of being a unit, being united. And people can't cope when, okay, we had this baby together when we were together, but no, we are no longer together for whatever reasons, that they don't understand how to co-parent. They let emotions
Mm-hmm.
get in the midst of it. And at the end of the day, the only one that suffers is this child. We need to
Right.
start putting, this is veering off topic for the whole entire thing, but it intertwines. We need to start putting our children first.
Yeah.
Emotion out of it. And when we begin to do that on both parties, male and female, will be good. But going back to the very, 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 very beginning of this, us females have to take responsibility for the actions that for the roles that we play in these relationships. If these men don't want babies, listen to them. And if we decide to still have that baby, be prepared to have that baby on your own and take care of that child on your own. Okay? And if these men are out here trying to be fathers to their children, Let them be fathers to their children. Unless they're not putting your child in harm's way, threatening their lives in any kind of way outside of that, men should be a part of their lives, and
Right.
men should have a right
Just the meter,
to
guilt
be a part of
storm,
their lives, depending on the situation.
tired, torn.
Yeah, some of the fathers that I know, like y'all saying, that's trying to be in the kids' lives, a lot of those were fatherless kids too.
And
Hmm.
they just want to break the cycle. That's
Yeah.
it. People just want to break the cycle.
Breaking generation curses are something we don't do as a black. Let me tell you something. Because I don't care about any other race. I care about other races, yes, but right now I just want to touch a little bit on our African American, on the black race. We don't do enough to break generational curses. We don't.
Hmm.
We are so focused into listening to this rap music. We are so focused on looking good, name brand, and all this other stuff that we're not focusing on when we die. Let's leave our kids something so they're not struggling, you know?
But not only
When
that, that generational curse thing, that's where a lot of these bitter baby mamas come from.
talk
They
about it,
seen it go on. They seen it go on. They watched it go on. The government is the main person at fault. Let's start there.
let's
The
talk
government is the
about
main
it.
person at fault. But all of these, the thing that I never understood is how we get into the age that we are. A lot of us are 30, 40. How you still making the same stupid decisions that you watched your mama and daddy make? You
Right. You don't
watching
got no
TV.
They don't know
example.
better because they don't know no better. That's why it's called generational curses. When you are a certain environment, and if you're not taken out of that environment or just born differently in your heart and in your
I want
soul,
to do
you
better.
don't know no
Hey
better. You
guys.
become a product of your environment. It's just
Environment.
hard. It's hard to break that generational curse if you don't want to break it. You know, if you don't want to break it, it's hard. And remember, at the end of the day,
Right.
we still take bits and pieces from our parents,
For sure.
healthy or non-healthy, and
Yeah, you're
that's why
right.
we have to. And I really, really, really want to put this out there that this is why therapy in our community is very important, and people want to
Right.
shame that. I am talking to everyone out there. Do not be embarrassed about seeking therapy. Therapy don't mean you're crazy. Therapy don't mean anything but you know what? I need someone to talk to right now. I need
You're
a little
right.
help with my emotions on regulating it to help me guide my life to a better part of what it is than right now. Therapy is not something you should be ashamed of. Therapy doesn't mean that they're going to put you on drugs because of anything.
Right.
A psychiatrist, when you start talking to yourself and shit, you got to see a psychiatrist and be a lot of.
Right.
We're not talking about that, loves. Okay? We're
Right.
talking about just guidance of helping us to break the generational curse. Like if you was
Right.
abused as a kid, and it doesn't, because back then abuse was really big, right? Our parents beat our ass. Do some of the
Mm-hmm.
children needs an ass whooping? Yes, but I'm talking about abuse of the iron cords and the switches and all that other stuff, right? Whether we
Right.
want to admit it or not, that's trauma to us. And to seek therapy, to seek help, to find out why we like this and get down to the nitty gritty, and then help us break that and come through and to make us better individuals, it's okay to seek therapy. You're not crazy. You just need a little help. You need someone
Right.
to talk to that's not going to be biased. Because, yeah, we could talk to our family and our friends, and it's not the same of talking to a professional that's going
Yeah.
to
It's
break it
totally
down.
different.
It's totally different. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this live right now, please understand that therapy is the best thing that we can do for ourselves, and don't feel ashamed of it. Don't be embarrassed of it. Therapy can help save a life. Some people are suicidal because they have no one to talk to.
Right.
They feel like they have no one to talk to because you could be in a room full of people but still feel
Live
alone.
alone. But in our culture, you have to realize, in our defense, that we wasn't taught to. go to therapy. We just on some suck it up, you be alright, or ain't nothing wrong with you, or you
Hmm.
know. So that's how we just grew up doing it. Like, oh, I'll be alright, or what they say, oh, talk to God, child, you'll be fine, or go sit down, go in your room, you know. Or that's
And
how
that's
some people
cool and
turn to
dandy.
alcohol and drugs as well. Other people
Right.
because
And
they
that's
trying to
cool and
cope with
dandy to
something.
suck it. Right. And that's cool and dandy to suck it up for like our generation because we were strong enough to handle that. But this
This
upcoming
they can't.
generation are
They is
fucking weak.
soft.
No disrespect. No disrespect to
They is
anybody,
soft.
but
I'm sorry for the
they're
what
a
are they
little gentle.
millennials? I don't know what they are, but
I don't know what they are, but they're a little, different from us.
yeah,
And they need to be taught. They need someone to talk to. And even us, being that we wasn't taught that and stuff like that, I'm also talking to our generation. Like, go to therapy. Don't be ashamed of it. There's nothing wrong with it. Embrace it. You don't gotta tell nobody you in therapy if you don't want to tell nobody. That's your business and only for you to know. But ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to go to therapy if that's what you want to do. Don't feel ashamed about that at all. Like, cause shit, I'm looking into going to therapy for myself. I'm going to, you know, I need advice sometimes. So, hey, it's all good. It's
I'm
all
gonna read a
good.
book.
Real good, go to therapy. But going back on track to all those bitter baby mothers out there, y'all need therapy because something is
Indeed.
broken in you to not allow a trying father, to be a part of your kid's life. It's just creating broken homes. And that's part of
Broken homes, and it's creating a bigger wedge between the child and the father because all the child know is what that bitter woman been telling him or her all day life.
oh my
Boy,
God.
that
Yes.
brings on. I
Yes.
want to fight him when I see him. I want to kill him when I see him. Most of the time it don't be nothing positive towards him because of what the child
Right.
taught.
And that's this new generation because back in our days, our parents or whatever, they had nothing to say. They're like, child, I'll let you find out about your no good ass daddy when you can. The most
Yep.
they
Hmm.
said. And then let you be the own, write the rest of your own story. Not,
Yep.
oh, your father ain't shit. Or you on the phone like, yeah, this ain't shit ass. Knowing the kid here. How many times you heard your mother on the phone? You is not like, come on, like you, my mother and my father wasn't. They didn't stay together my whole growing up years, but my mother couldn't say nothing about my dad because what? Not my father. That's the perfect man I ever met in my life. I don't care what you say, but she ain't gonna tell me what she had going on because I don't feel like I need to know that. That's
Right.
my father, and that's that. I don't give a fuck what y'all two went through, but that's my dad. As long as I get to see him and he coming, he pulling up,
That's the fuck
we
it.
good. And
And
she
that's
told
how
me,
it
you
should have
gonna
been
find out
left.
about your father on your own, or you gonna do this on your own, or I'm gonna die, you gonna read my journal, or some crazy shit she always say, but she ain't there yet. So at the end of the day, that's my damn daddy.
That's
And
the fuck
nobody
right.
can tell me nothing about my father because she didn't sit there and install in my head, your father ain't shit. Oh, I don't met your daddy. Your daddy don't love you. Or get your no good ass daddy over here. What you saying that to me for because he cheated on you? Now he ain't cheating on me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's my dad. I just want to see my dad. I don't want to be mad at him with you because he cheated on you.
Right. 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 1,000%. And that's what people have to understand. Like, we are all human at the end of the day, and everybody deserves a little bit of grace and understanding. And if we could do that, the world becomes just a little bit, just a
Somebody,
little
you
bit.
not on Uncle Marty.
Yeah. So men, we love y'all. We love y'all. The good trying fathers, we love y'all. And we see you.
Yeah.
You guys don't get enough credit, but we're here today to let you know that
Y'all the real MVP. We love the real dad.
the ones that tell these
Let me
females that they don't want to be fathers and dip, we respect your gangster. We respect your gangster. You understand?
We respect y'all too because you keep it in a buck. And that's what I would tell my child. Well, I would tell my child to wrap it up.
Right, that part. Don't
Definitely
be
tell my
ignorant.
kid to wrap it up.
You know, like
If you don't
Everybody,
want to have no babies, don't start that because a girl can do whatever she want with her body. So I'm gonna put my kid onto that and let him know like this is the consequences that will happen if you have sex unprotectedly and a girl get pregnant and she wanna, keep the baby. That's on you, bro.
and
Cause
education is really, really important. Like you said, you have to teach them to wrap it up. Of course, when they doing it, they ain't gonna do it or they will do it. But if we just keep kind of drilling it, kind of drilling it, kind of drilling
that's
it,
right.
it becomes heard, until
Yeah.
it's not. But at least keep them listening until a age of where it's like, "Aye, boy, I done told you long enough. You've been doing good, and you done slipped up, and here we are. So, did you tell her you didn't want it, or what's going to be?
What's
And then
going on? Exactly.
we gonna figure it out from there. But you gonna be a man, and we gonna figure this out. Depending on the situation or whatever. But
Yeah.
and men also, I would like to put this out there. Real talk, real talk. Ladies, don't hate me for this. Like I said, I love y'all.
Yo,
I
real
love
rap,
what you said, man, sir.
real rap.
Real rap, right? I'm about to give you the real rap. Men,
What?
if you have children and the mother of your child do not want you to see your kid, go to court. Stop saying, "Oh, my baby mother, the mother of my child, don't let me see my kid." There's no such thing. If you really want to see a kid, you go to court and you bring all the receipts with you. Oh, I'm
That's
spilling the tea.
right.
Y'all ladies is about to
Yeah, sorry, girls. And if
give
you
up all
didn't
the
sign the birth certificate, still go. Y'all can do the
still
Dana and everything there. And after
go.
yes, just go. If you really want to take the initiative, because these kids are smart nowadays, and they're gonna ask, "Why didn't you fight for me? You didn't want to see me. You just went, and my mother said you can't see me, so you didn't see me." Like, give
Right.
the initiative and like, yo, I tried everything in my power to see you. Like, have that. So when your kid do confront you, I see people every day. I don't know why I'm in the group. Maybe I'm just nosy. I be trying to help people finding family, and they be sitting there like having a last little picture that they found, and they be like, "Oh, I'm looking for so and so, and they from Arkansas, and this is my real family." And they be like, "Why you never looked for me?" And then when people do find out, "I was looking for you. The adoption agency couldn't tell me this much." Or your mother moved and got up, or back in when we were born, or in our mothers, they was always cheating, or somebody was always married and was creeping, and the next person ended up pregnant and was swept underneath the rug, and it's just a bunch of fatherless children by mistake because people want to have fun.
Right.
Now people have hard, long years of pain, not knowing who nothing is. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it really
Again,
do
if
creates trauma. It creates trauma within.
and people don't realize that. And the more people I speak to, and the more stories I hear, and I'm like, yo, when you be like, it's not that serious, and they be like, nah, it is that serious. That you never know, like an absent parent or absent anything can really cause like trauma to you.
Yeah, because you can tell almost just when you walk by somebody and you hear the way they speak or you see them as a person, you can almost tell who didn't have a father in the house.
right, right, right. So fathers, if you are really trying to be an active father in your life, you can go to court. And I know you guys think of court, oh my God, you're not going to win or anything like that. Let me tell you something. The courts see it 50-50. And as long as you're not a danger to your child, that you're proving that you're there and the mother's doing X, Y, and Z, you will win. Um, custodian, is it custodian's rights? No. What was
My
it?
auntie want to join.
You will win visitation rights. You will win joint custody. That's the word. You will win joint custody 1,000%. So don't let the courts fool you. I don't know if you're not aware of it, but you
People
guys
are not aware.
You guys have rights and exercise them. And I know, and I understand that sometimes the courts don't always work in male favors, but we're in 2025. That's a whole different situation now.
Yeah,
Males are having
they are. Especially
more
all this stuff
rights.
going on with all these kids being mistreated. And then the father acting like they don't know what's going on. What that mean? It said we gotta refresh in 4 minutes. We gotta start back over. I got like 4 people that wanna join on. We may
I
have to
don't,
start again.
I don't know.
Bossy.
Just add
Yeah, you
them.
might have to do that.
Oh, we may have, cause they say we've been on for 90 minutes. We may have to take a break. They may think, cause y'all so old, y'all may need a refresher.
That's crazy.
But we
Well,
may,
Add
run it,
them. See if
run it
they
out.
if you can add them.
yeah. Oh, we probably gotta end it and start again. Maybe. Cause it say, look, it just came up. It says, great job. You've gone on live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. And it's giving us a countdown saying you got, let me see what it say. I don't want to seem so slow, y'all. I'm showing my age.
No, because I don't know
Mhm.
either. Why can't you just add them?
No, because it's saying we got like 4 minutes. Like, does that mean like we gotta take a break? We
Yeah,
gotta.
go ahead, do that then. Just go ahead and end it so you can bring everybody on that want to come on. They'll come back and see it.
All right. You come back and see it. How about that?
Most there.
I'll be
And why
right.
don't you? Why you got your profile picture up instead of your face?
Why
I'm
nobody?
outside in the dark.
Oh,
You
nobody want to show their face.
outside, you outside in dark.
This the
Yeah.
Nettie and Keisha show. We like this, Keish. We like this. This is Nettie with the T with Keish. Oh,
See, look at that. Look at that. That don't look right. I'm out in the dark.
let me see
I
this
still
nigga in
can't
the
see you.
dark.
If you turn on your camera, I can't see you.
Do it again, Bossy.
Nose.
We want to see the dark.
We want to see the dark.
Let
Yeah,
us
I know.
see.
There y'all go.
You didn't open up nothing. You such a liar, lying ass man. Now we not on
What
your
you
side.
talking about?
You play all day.
So my there y'all go. Like we don't see the
There I
camera
go.
did not move.
Oh,
That was funny though.
Mm, mm, mm. I'm so shiny. I'm looking like a grease monkey. Like my mama put
Yo, I was looking at my face. I feel like my face is darker than my body because I think. Oh, you do see the
ah!
dark. You do
Oh,
see
there
the
go Bossy. You in
dark.
the dark. Shine a
Hey.
light on him,
Oh,
Bossy.
you got the glow in the dark eyes. Okay, okay, okay.
no,
Bossy,
actually it's I have four eyes, so it's just
Oh, you got
got
your
reflecting my
glasses.
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 The reflection. I see. Oh,
Okay,
wonderful.
Bossy. But if you're in the car, Bossy, you can hit the light. You don't want us to see you, so we could get the
Full effect of your
You got the full
wisdom
effect.
that you shed
You've been having the
tonight.
full effect the
Bossy.
whole
You gonna
time.
have
You
to
have
join our
everything.
lives more often. You don't want to be a co-star.
So I don't know what time you be doing your shows.
No,
Like,
this was our trial run and we loved it. So I'm just snatching my sister up involuntarily because I could do that, and then later snatch you up. Because
yeah,
I love both of y'all though.
I like that later thing. Yeah,
You know how we do. No, later is like now. Like it was later. It's 90 minutes later.
I know. I know. We're gonna make it happen. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. So just
Yes.
a little bit more earlier for the people, and then that's it. Cause we was on the travel and we didn't think that it was actually gonna work. But I got people texting me right now talking about they want to get the fuck on it.
Ah, I love that because healthy debates is amazing. And then we also like Annette, this is your page, and I love that. And you can also educate people, and people could come on here, and we can all educate each other. And
Yeah.
one subject can lead to another subject respectfully, and everybody could give their opinions. And also, maybe just drop knowledge and
And that's what we're
gems,
here for. I'm always for that.
right? And
Good
promote
conversation over a little.
a little bit. Sip, 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 and drink.